talk a little bit about following your intuition. So there's a lot of dialogue about authenticity and what it means to tap into one's own intuition. And that sounds all well and good, but what does that actually mean, and how do we drill down to the seat of where our intuition is, and how do we know that we're actually properly following that guidance system of our internal intuition? So I myself was doing a lot of soul searching and asking myself those very questions. And a few of the things that really, I guess, came together for me was rather that it's correlation, or the way that we know that we are utilizing the guidance system of our own intuition and our soul, is that it is going to be highly aligned with our feelings, our internal feelings of inner peace. So anytime we're tapping into that guidance system of our intuition, we're going to feel a release of tension when we are really following our correct intuition. So let me give you a bit of an example. Let's say you are trying to figure out what to do with a certain individual in your life, whether it is a romantic situation or a friendship, a work situation, and you play out the different scenarios in your mind before, making that decision. Your intuition is going to offer you an energetic feeling or a vibration of what it would feel like if you were to go left or go right, or whatever that fork in the road is going to be for yourself. And intuitively, you're going to be able to tap into that potential timeline by visualizing that decision you may or may not make. And specifically, when it's, in relation to individuals in your life, you can really energetically and intuitively feel what it would be like, with a lessening of that individual's presence or an increase of that individual's presence, just, through your intuition. And again, it is going to flow back to your own sense of personal peace. If letting that individual go, or, not spending so much mental effort or correspondence with them kind of gives you this sigh of relief, then intuitively that it is going to bring greater peace into your life. But when you say, envision stepping backwards, if that is, again, creating tension for you, if you're feeling uneasy, that is a hallmark sign that your intuition is guiding you towards, again, putting in more effort, or, not loosening that bond. And again, it's a great barometer in terms of trying to create this balanced equilibrium, and also not allowing the ego to step in and derailing your soul's path. Because again, the ego mind, the conscious mind, logical mind will often throw up a lot of scenarios that will create stress for you. But a lot of times it's not going to that deeper level of the energetic coherence that we are trying to, whether it is relearn or augment in terms of our soul's journey. So this is really a journey of starting to understand the subtleties of your own beingness, and really trusting your own guidance, your soul's wisdom that is innate to each and every one of us, and allowing yourself the freedom and the space to be able to tap into that intuition. Now, intuition doesn't have to be necessarily about a person, okay? Intuition can also be about a path, or a door that you're going to open, that next chapter in your life. So again, it's so important that we learn how to tap into that energetic wisdom to feel or how the outcome is going to feel. And outcome is kind of a strange word because, you know, it implies a sort of static end. And really everything is a journey. So this is about you traveling along that highest vibrational timeline that is available to you in terms of your soul's energetic growth, you know, where you are, where you're headed. But again, following that intuitive guidance. And, you know, peace for sure is going to be something that you're really going to want to feel into, you know, what brings you the most peace, but also in terms of your journey, what brings you the most happiness. And peace and happiness are directly correlated and directly linked. But again, you know, what makes you feel alive? What fills your soul with a sense of joy? And, you know, whether it's a career or, you know, a move, a different chapter in your life, you know, in terms of your family dynamic. Do you want to create a family? Or, you know, are you at that stage where you want to take on a big project or really go into a travel, you know, season of your life? Whatever it may be, it's so important that, you know, you don't dive in without any energetic groundwork, you know, really visualizing and playing out how that scenario would look and how would it feel, you know, does that feel correct for your soul? And this is something that I have been doing more and more in my life is, you know, less with the quick snap decisions that don't take a lot of, I don't want to say mental energy, but, you know, that aspect of truly feeling into what is the correct path for myself, rather than just, you know, allowing life to kind of take me left, take me right, and just dealing with the consequences. And I think that that's part of maturity as well. We start to use a little bit more discernment, but also in this aspect of utilizing your own discernment, judgment, and, you know, that empowerment of making your own correct decisions, it's also important to make sure that you don't fall into the trap of overthinking, overstressing, because I've noticed family members, friends, you know, as they, you know, grow and age and whatnot, that they can find, or I've found that they can mentally, again, overthink things too. And so I'm not talking about the overthinking of the egoic mind, where essentially, you're in stress mode and you're, you know, running over these scenarios to the point that you can't sleep at night. That's not the type of planning I'm talking about. I'm talking about more of a meditative visualization where we are tapping into our own internal intuition and really using the guidance system of our energy related to the way that we are feeling about a certain scenario, even if that scenario hasn't materialized in the three-dimensional world. Really asking ourselves the deep question, how would it feel? You know, would it be creating the energy of happiness? Would it be filling my cup? Or would it be detracting from my life and creating stress and tension? And the contrast of both types of feelings are extremely important in terms of doing this work, because, you know, if you are getting that tension, if you are getting that exhaustion and, you know, that almost negative pull when you visualize something, then that is just as important an indicator as those high vibrational, happy feelings that you're going to get from, you know, thinking through your next move. And again, it's all about tapping into this energy that we all hold within us. So I'm going to wrap this video up. Hopefully this, you know, held some form of guidance for you, and have a beautiful rest of your week. And I will undoubtedly see you in the next